Good morning everyone. Welcome to the third session of Python series. The topic here is list. It's a long session compared to the previous two. However, you will notice that I have covered each and every topic in very detail. So I request you to have patience and go through each and every concept slowly, grasp it and then practice it on your own. So I'll share the notebook and the Google Drive link as well where you can download the same notebook and practice it. So let's watch the video, understand the concepts, and cover one more steps toward the journey of learning Python. Start with list. List is a sequence of values, and these values can be of any type. In simple words, lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Value in the list are called items or elements. So this is the definition of list, and I have created a list, long list with some items. You can notice here that the items are not of same type. That is, these are integers, these are string or character, you can say, these are float, and these are string. So I'll just run this and you can see. So the list of item doesn't have to be of same type. List items are ordered, changeable, mutable, what we call, and allow duplicate values. The list is mutable, meaning that we can change, add, or remove items in the list after it has been created. A list can contain another list, and list can be empty as well. Fourth one, the list items are indexed. The first item has index 0, and the second item is index 1, and so on. So let's see the example of an empty list. So if you want to declare or define the list, you can just use this square brackets and create an empty list. I'll show you. So this is the empty list. Now the example of nested list B. You can notice that now this particular A, B, C, these three characters are themselves are in a list which is under B. So if I'll run this, you can see this. Now A is empty and B is a list. So I'll just print those. This is the empty list and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just let me add one more cell. You can see that if I'll access this, so index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So if I'll access the third element of this list, you can notice it's again a list, as it is a nested list, which I have mentioned in the point number 3. A list can contain another list. So let's see how to access the list items. So we have already seen this. You just have to pass the index and you will get the result. So at index 3, the item is 3. Now 5, let me try with 6. So it has 5 element, that is 0. So I have kept the numbers as the index is same as the index so that you don't get confused. Or maybe let me do this. Now when I'll access the third element, it will print 4th, and when I am trying to access the 5th, index number 5, it is showing me list index out of range. That is, you are trying to access something which is not available there. So now you can access the items in the list using negative index as well. When you mention -1, it means it starts from the back side, that is 5. You can specify a range of indexes as well. So now we have seen the example that we are mentioning 3, 5, -1. What if I want to access multiple elements in a go? For that, you have the colon sign. So you can use this 0. So this will specify the element from which it has to start and till what index number. So 2 is mentioned. So it will print only 2 items, that is at index 0 and 1. This 2 is not included. Yes, you can see this 1 and 2. So it has print 1 and 2. Index number 0, index 1, and 2 is excluded. Index this 2 is excluded. What if I don't mention something here in the start? It means take it from start till again the third index. It means 0, 1 and 2. If you want the reverse, you want to start from some particular index till end, you can write it like this: 3, 4, 5. Now you can see 0, 1, 2. So at second index it's 3 until last 5. So it has printed 3, 4, 5. If I don't mention anything, it will just take from the start to end. Now check this: -4, -5. So let me just copy paste, for it will be easy for you to understand as well. Okay, so this is our list. Now -4, as I have already told you that negative index starts from the back side. So -1, -2, -3, -4. It will start from 2, printing from 2 till 5. So it is not included. Now let's run this. You can see 2, 3 and 4. Let's check. There is one method, extend. What it does, it will just copy the index, the items of list B into the A, and it will create another index, the same index with these two elements as well, 3 and 4. I think I told the index and list something like that. So I'll repeat. So when you do this, A extends B, it will add all the items of B into list A. So the list A will be that I mentioned right in the earlier, that it is mutable. So now A has been changed with the items of 3 and 4 as well. It has been updated, you can say. But there will be no change in this B because we are performing the operation in the list A. So I'll print A, it will print only this 3 and 4. Now let's check how does, okay, we have already see, sorry, where I have written, okay. This one, C1, 2, 3, 4. So again, the simple example of how the list is mutable. So our list is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have already done this. Let me again change it once and print this. Now you can see that I have the list 1, 2, 2, 4, 5. What I'll do, I'll change the index, the second index to 3. And now I'll run again, and you can see it has replaced the second index with 3. What if I want to change the range of items? So now, in this we have seen that we are just changing one item. If you want to change multiple items, you can again use the colon operator, as we were doing this to access the items in the list. So I will do this. You can see that it has changed the index 1 and index 2. Index 1, that is banana to blackcurrant, and cherry to watermelon. There is one operator in which checks whether a particular item is there in list or not, and it returns true or false. Let's see this. 7 in B. So 7 is there in B. True. 8 in B. False. 5 in B. So it's a tricky one now. 5 is there, but for list B, these three are a single item. So when I'll run this, it will return false. If I'll check the complete set of values, it will then return me true. Yes. Let me delete these extra cells. Now list operations. Hope it is clear till now. So I'm not taking a stop as it is a YouTube video, and you can stop and just revise and digest these concepts first before jumping into the next concepts. So list operation. Now we have two lists. A contains 1, 2, 3. B contains 4, 5, 6. What I'll do, I'll just use this plus operator and it will concat the list same as A extends B. So you can see now, but there is a difference in that it was appending A. However, here it is not appending anything. Into 2, that is, it will just repeat the items 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. List and list can't be multiplied. So this we have done, but what if I want to do this? So it will not be applicable here. Can't multiply sequence by non-int of the type list. Now slice operation. C equals to A plus 1. We have this. Now I don't want all the items. Say in data analytics, you just want to pick few particular items from the list and then work on those particular items. So this can be your scenario. For such things, you have to use this slice operator, that is colon, and create a new list. Just don't modify this particular list because you might need this in future. So always it's a good practice to create a new list and then start working on that particular list. So we have seen this, the operators, how you if omit the last one or the first one or both, what happens. So I'll just run and skip these. We have already covered this in above things. Updating multiple elements. So we have seen this as well. I think I have just repeated these somehow. Talking about the list methods. There is one method append. So when you use this, it will add new element 7 that we are passing here at the end of the list. So just to recall, we have this as a list C. I am adding 7 here. Now let's run this and see. You can see that it has added 7 in at the last. Let's check one other thing. D 8, 9, 10 extended method. This we have seen. This will add in the last all the elements 7, 8, 9, 10. D will remain the same. Now sort. What if you want to sort the list? So for this I have taken an example of E wherein I have taken 15, 11, 16, 12 is the elements and I am calling this sort method over this list E. Now you can check this. Now it has changed the list in the sorted manner, that is 11, 12, 15, 16. What if I want to do it in the reverse order? I think it is something false I need to pass or something like that. Let me check. No positional argument. There is something if I want to sort in reverse order, I think B or something like that. No. Let me check this. I'll confirm you. I'll just add one pointer here so that I can confirm. Sorry, not here. Descending order. Descending order. I think you have to set true something to false. I'm not able to recall it at this point of time. I'll explain. Insert method inserts an item in the specified index. So if you want to insert any item, say I want to insert in this 0, 1 and 2 in between. So we have the modified list as E. I'll just print first. Yes, 11, 12, 15, 16. Now I want to insert 13 after 12. So when I'll do this, E dot insert in the second index, I have to insert 13. When I run this and again this, you can see that. So when I was using this append, it was inserting in the very at the last, wherein The insert is used when you want to specify the index where you want to insert this. Now, string list, just to show you the example how the sorting works with a string, I have taken a list of strings, that is apple, football, boat, dog, and aeroplane. When I and just sorted this, now I'll run this, and you can see that it has alphabetically sorted these items. Just one more thing, say I have this in capital. What happens now? Again, no change, the same thing. Now integer list, integer, we have seen this. Most list methods are void, they perform the operation and return none. So as in functions we have seen that the function returns some value, so these operations are not returning anything. That is what it has written here. I have seen this. Okay, this I wanted to show you that what if I want to just sort this in reverse order. Why it is not printed? Hmm. A dot short. Okay, so yes, this is the mistake I have done. What I am doing, I am just assigning this particular thing back to A. And as I have mentioned this, that they perform the operation and return none. So A has been assigned this particular none. I'll check the type as well now. The type of A. And it shows none type. Now I'll just remove this and run again. And you can see it's of less type. And when I just add this A, this list is there. Okay. Now I was talking about that what if I want to shorten the descending order. So this is reverse equals to 2. And again I'll print A, and it has shorted in the reverse order. And type of A is list. We have already seen this. Copy list. As we have seen the slice operator that I was mentioning, that if you want to work on some list, just don't directly use that particular list. You may create a copy of that list and then you can use this. So let's see what it happens. In the very first step, what is happening? It is just creating a reference of list 1 as list 2 as well. So in simple terms, this list has two names now. If I'll do this list 1.pop, it will delete the element, last element, and again I will check list 2. Notice here that I have deleted the item from list 1 and I am checking list 2, and it is not showing me 4. It means list 1 and list 2 are referring to the same items, the same list, you can say. Now I want to really copy this. I want to create a copy of anything. So there is a method called copy. I'll run this. The same thing I have done now. Created a new list 5678. Copied to list copied. I think I have taken so confusing name. Just maybe list 3 I'll name it as. And now you can see I have created a new list, that is a list 3 copy of new list. Called the method pop to delete the last element, and I can see that list new is now 567 only. Again I'll copy list 3 as we did earlier in case of list 2, and you will notice that it will have all the 4 elements. Yes, it has all the 4 elements. That is, now changes made in list new are not reflecting in the copied list, that is list 3. There is one more method to copy the list, that is list function. So I'll call this list new. I'll call this list function, pass the variable as the list I want to copy. Another way to copy the list, I think I have repeated too many list copied. You might get confused. So let me again explain. When you want to create the copy of list, you have one method, that is copy. Second is you can call the list method and pass the list which you want to copy. So now I want to create the copy of list new, and hence I have created this list copied underscore one, and I'll run this. Now I am appending 100 in the first list. I'll run this and you can see it is now 5, 6, 7 and 100. Again I'll assess the list copied 1 and you can see 1 is not here. One more, the third method to copy the list is you can use the slice operator. And when you run this, you can see that it has again created the copy. Join two list. I have list 1 and 2. The simple can be the addition operator, wherein it will add the list 1 and 2 and create a new list, that is 3. Suppose I don't want to do this and I want to append all the item of list 1 into list 2. So for this I can use for loop, that is for each x item in list 1, list 2 dot append list x, the item x basically. So I'll run this. What it will do, it will append all the item of list 1 in list 2. I'll explain you the flow now. In the very first iteration, it will pick a for x in list 1. So you can read it as for each x, that is item in list 1. So in the first iteration, it will be a. List 2 dot append a. It is appending this and it will create this list. In the second iteration, it will go to b. B will come here, append b, and this will be added, so that in 3 iteration, all the 3 items will be added to list 2. Now comes the topic map, filter and reduce. These are very simple topics. Just don't don't get worried with these names. We have all done this, but the naming convention now comes into the picture. I'll show you. So I've created a function add list and I am passing a parameter t here, initializing sum as 0 for each number, for each num in a, that is this particular list I will be passing here, and sum equals to sum plus number. This is called augmented assignment statement. This is shorthand for writing sum equals to sum plus num. I could have written this, but in short form you can write it directly as this. So I've created this function, and now when I'll just run this, it will give me the sum of all the items in list A, that is 55. There is one built-in function as well to do the sum for any list. We have built-in method sum. So I will pass this the list A in the method sum, and you can see that it will directly give me the sum of this list, that is 55. Operation like this, which combines a sequence of elements into the single value, is called reduce. What we are doing, we are just reducing this to a single value, or maybe the short a sublist, that is the reduce. Sometimes you want to traverse one list while building another. For example, you want to capitalize each element of the list. Suppose this. So I have created a capitalize all function which is taking s as the argument or parameter, created a list str empty list, then for loop for each word in s. That is what I will be passing here. Str dot append, it will add the item to this list with word dot capitalize. It will capitalize the first and then append into the empty list str and return str. Let's run this and see. So I have this string with all the small letters which I am passing into the capitalize all function, and you can see it has done this. As this particular operation here is mapping a function to each item, these kind of operations are called map. We have seen map, we have seen reduce, now we will see filter. Any other operation can be something like creating a sublist with even numbers only. Such operations are called filter. List of numbers, these are random list of numbers. I have the function filter even, and if you will see so I would suggest you just don't copy and paste this. I'm telling you what exactly this function is doing, and I have named the function as the same. You just practice it on your own, and if it doesn't work, then you can see this particular code, but how to write, or else you try to write it on your own. So I'll explain you now. Even list, again I have created an empty list for each num in L, that is the list I will be passing here. If num divide by 2, that is modulus 2 not divide, equals to 0, that it returns the remainder as 0, it is an even number. Even list dot append num. So once the number is even, it will append to the even list. At last it will do even list dot sort and then return even list. So this it will be doing. So let me run this. So now the function definition has been executed. Now I am calling this function and passing list of numbers here. And you can see it has filtered only even numbers, and that too in sorted order. I have done the sorting and then return that. So this particular filtering of even numbers from the entire list is called as filter. Now we have seen map, filter, reduce, how to append the items in different ways, insert, append, or directly with using the colon, the slice operator. Now what if you want to delete the item? Pop modifies the list and returns the item which is removed. So in list of numbers, I am passing the item here, sorry, the index, and it is returning me the item. So if you will check now, let me insert one more cell. You can see that 8 is removed now. So when there is use case like, if you want to use this deleted number somewhere, you can use pop. Now I am here, I have passed the index. Now I am not passing the index, so it will delete this 20. Run, and again I'll run this. Sorry, run list of numbers, again I'll run, and yes, it has deleted 20. If you don't want to use the element which is being removed, use delete operator. Index is mandatory here. So you can use this delete, list of number, and index. Now if I'll just show you again, it must have deleted this 4 now. I'll run and you can see this. As it is mentioned that you have to pass the index is mandatory. Just try doing such things whenever you are learning any new language or anything. Whatever is mandatory or whatever is written is that it is it will not work. Just try and see the errors which it is throwing. So I'll run this, and you can see invalid syntax, index is mandatory. And now, even if suppose you are a newbie and you have written something like this thinking that it might delete the last element, you can read the error and understand that you have to pass the index. Deleting, if you want to delete multiple items, 0 1 2 3 4, so it will delete 2 3 and exclude the 4 as we have already seen. So it will delete 15 and 13. Let me run, and again it has 3 16 directly, 27 26 12. If you know which item you want to remove, you want to delete an item using its value, use remove function. Now pop or this delete operator deletes using index. If you know the list and you want to delete any particular value, you can use the remove method. I'll run this and you can see that it has deleted 12 from this list of numbers. Now I'll just append two more things, 14 and 13. In list of numbers, we have this appended list 3, 16, 27, 26, 14, 13. Now I have this. Now let me do 13. Okay, let me add 3. Okay, so suppose you have some duplicate numbers, like 3 is duplicated here in the first and last, and now I am passing the value 3, so it will delete the first occurrence. I'll run and you can see that it has deleted the first one. Now there is one more method, that is clear. It will clear the list, all the items, and leave the list empty. So list of numbers and it is empty list. Suppose you have to delete the entire list. So I will use the list operator and pass the name of list. Not, I am not passing the index here as we were passing it earlier. So when I'll do this, it will delete the entire list. Now I am trying to access the list, and let's check what it throws. It is telling me name list of character is not defined at all. Okay, let's jump to the topic traversing a list. We have this list. For each item in list B, it will print the item. To write or update any element, we need the indices as well. So there is one function length which will give us the length of list, that is 4. 4 items are there. Now I have written a function, the for loop for each item I in range length B. We have seen range in the last session. B I equals to B into 2. So it will just multiply each item by 2. Let's check the B now, and you can see 1 2 3 4 has been changed to 2 4 6 8. It is a kind of map operation. The length of B is 4. Third, B, the index third, 0 1 2 3 1 3 5. So I am I am replacing the third item with a list. Now you see this list and guess the length of this particular item. It will again be the same, 4. The when I am seeing this particular list as a layman, I can say that it has 6 items. However, a list is again containing a list, that is nested list, and for list B, it's a single item. So let me check this and you will see that 4. Now you could have done this particular thing using while loop as well. Just for practice, I have created one example of while loop as well. So fruit list, that is apple, banana, cherry, I equals to 0, while is less than length of fruit, that is 3, print fruit I, and I equals to I plus 1. So it is incrementing so that it can traverse through. Now when I'll run this, it will print all the elements, the items. List comprehension. List comprehension offers a shorter syntax when you want to access the item of a list or create a new list based on the values of an existing list. So for this, like we were doing this. The shorthand is something like this: print X for X in fruit list. Print item for each item X in list. And you can see this. This is list comprehension. Again, the example of fruit: apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, mango. I've created an empty list fruit here. And what I am trying to do with this for loop is that I want to create a new list with only those fruits whose length, the character length, is less than 4. I'll just replace this and I'll run this. Fruits, fruits, fruits. Okay, fruit is not defined. Mm. Fruit, fruit. Okay, check this. Fruit is coming as empty. Why it is coming? Mm-mm-mm. Okay, now you can see. So I was passing the same fruit list here. Now let me change this to 5 and you can see that it is taking these 3 things. With list comprehension, you can do all this with only one line of code. You can see this is the format how you have to use the list comprehension. You have to write the expression for item in iterable if condition. I am taking fruit new as a empty list and I am creating this fruit new. So I am creating this list comprehension and assigning this to fruit new, that is for each x in fruit list, for each item in fruit list, that is this, if length of x, length of the item is less than equals to 5, then assign it to the new list. And I am printing this and you can see that it has again assigned the same 3: apple, kiwi and mango. So these are the two ways. One is this and second is the list comprehension to do the same thing. Talking about, so mostly all the concept of list are completed here. There is list and strings seem similar, however there are some differences. So let's check list and strings now. List is a sequence of values, however string is sequence of characters, and these are not the same. Now let's see, we have few things like to convert a string into a list. We have this, you can use this list function. So we have list as gen.ai.weber and I am creating this new list lst using this list function and passing the string over this. So you can see it has converted this particular string into a list of characters. And now you will notice that these all are there. These dots are also there. Now list function breaks a string into the character. However, if you want to split words, you can use split function. So here we have the single word. Let's say this is a string with 3 words: Jen, AI and Weber. So now I can call the function split over this string and it will just create a list with three words. What if I want, there is one a few parameters as well with this split function. Now we don't have anything here. So what if there is some comma or something like that? So in that scenario, I will pass the parameter where I want to split this string. So in this particular same thing we will do using the split function and passing the parameter as this dot. And now you can see that it has created the string, the list with these three words and splitting that by this particular dot. So by default, it uses the space to split the any string. Join function. Join function is inverse of split. So if you join is a string method, so if you have to invoke this on on delimiter and pass list as a parameter, it takes a list of strings and con concats. This is not contacts, concats the items. So let's see. I'm taking the delimiter as dot and new string as delimiter dot join t. Now let's see what it is printing. It is printing gen ai dot waiver. So let me run this again. So this is my list having three words. Now I am using this delimiter. Instead of this, let's put something new, that is hash. So let's run this. Now I am calling this delimiter method, invoking this delimiter method and passing, sorry, I am call over this delimiter I am invoking this join method over this delimiter and passing the list as the argument. And when I'll run this, you can see that it has combined these words with the delimiter I have passed. So it has combined it as a single word string. Now suppose I have this, I have taken space and now run this, so it will create a string with spaces or anything you can try. So I have not taken anything, so it has just combined all the three words into a single word. These are some inbuilt function of split and just wanted to show you the difference between the string and strings, list and strings. Now object and value. So this is also one thing which you should know. Like here we have two strings A and B. Here we know that A and B refers to the string M. However, we don't know that whether these two M's are the same or different. And to check this, we have is operator. So I'll run this and you can see it is showing true. It means that these two strings have the same, means A and B are referring to the same string. Now what if I check the same for a list and you can see that it is showing false. So these A and B are equivalent as all the elements are the same. However, they are not identical. These are two different lists and aliasing. So apart from this, if I want to just refer the same string with B as well, I can do this. We have already seen this in above section as well. And now you can see that when I am checking A is true, it is showing me as true. Now both variables A and B are referring to the same object. We can say that A and B are two reference to the same object. It means the same list has been referred by A and B. Now A0 equals to do. This item, I am changing the 0th index item by A, and then I am checking with B to just cross check whether they are referring to the same list or not. And you can see, let me run this. Yes. So now you can see when I am printing B, it has the updated value A, which I made in the list A. So these are few concepts about list, and stay connected. We will now the next topic will be tuple, set, and then dictionary. Just go through these all concept in detail and practice few things on your own, and then we will jump into the tuple and set. So I'll try to make the tuple and set video as one, so that it will be a easier one. So this was a new concept. Lot of things are repeated or not repeated, but it will help you. So once you have the pace understanding of list, you can cover the other topics in very fast. So I'll combine tuple and set, and then dictionary we will check it separately. Thank you for watching the video till end. Hope you liked the video and the concepts in it. If you have any doubt, questions, you can comment in the section below, or you can even write to me on WhatsApp or Instagram, and I'll revert you with all the details and your doubts. Thank you for watching. And